Men of Reddit, what shouldn't men be judged for doing? Complimenting another man. Taking the sudden wide step to free our balls from sticking to our thigh. Taking their full paternity leave as permitted by their employer. Interacting with kids. Especially younger kids, the majority of men aren't pedophiles. Seeking help. Seeking support with mental health. I grew up in an environment where this wasn't okay, but in adulthood I very much needed help working through things and didn't have the tools or understanding to do it alone. Showing emotion, or not showing emotion. We should get to choose how we feel. Being shy, crying, seeking mental health attention. Being short. Literally no one has control over their height. Judge people for the things they can control. Not making the first move. Getting physically taken care of, for instance massage, spa, that kind of thing. Why should women be the only ones to get that stuff? Massages are the best thing. Especially if you do lots of heavy lifting, sports, man stuff. Not being comfortable around kids. It doesn't mean they can't handle kids or don't like kids. Most likely, it just means they're new to it. Seeking help or having hobbies. Saying they like kids. When women say it, it's so cute and it's admirable, they want to be a future teacher or mother, but when a guy says it, he's a pedo. Being lonely and depressed. Crying. Fiddling while sitting down to fix that stupid boner-looking bulge that's caused by wearing hoodies with a zipper. Been ourselves. If you see us laughing about some nonsense shit, don't judge us. We like to random things sometimes and talking about things that doesn't add anything to our lives. Expressing ourselves. My wife is pregnant and has a full-time job. Since she's been pregnant, I've taken on doing 100 of the cooking, cleaning, errands, groceries, rubbing her feet, taking care of her when she gets home from work. I put on her favorite show and have her relax the rest of the day. I refuse to have her do any work, etc. This is additional to me already working my job where I pay all our bills, do yard work, vehicle maintenance, etc. I work from the time I get up to the moment we go to bed. I love my wife very much and want this time for her to be as easy as possible because I know she's having it tough. She knows that I've been busting my ass lately, but anyone on the outside think men do nothing during this time. Conversations with other people usually go in the way of berating me or men in the relationship by insinuating that I need to step it up more, I'm not doing enough, and if I dare bring up the fact that I'm overwhelmed, I'm seen as weak and unfit to be her husband. I get it though, there are some really shitty guys out there and they're taking their frustration out on me, but for those of us who are actually putting forth an effort, it's demoralizing. This type of behavior is why a lot of men simply say nothing, because we'd rather not say anything for 15 minutes than deal with hours of drama. Doing the old pinch and twist when your ball skin gets itchy. Getting a sports car or new clothes or shit. I couldn't afford the cars I wanted when I was younger. It's not some phase or a midlife crisis. Stop labeling men as immature for enjoying things they couldn't when they were younger. Maturity is not defined by one's hobbies or interests. And I just like the car. Not being jacked AF or being short or having a eating disorder. Most of these things need help and can't be controlled. Not being in the mood for sex. Women or men can take it so personally. Sometimes we're too exhausted. Being happy. If we're wearing PPE and everyone on this job site is a depressed alcoholic, I'm gonna whistle once in a while and wear my SpongeBob socks. Parenting kids, working in primary education and being babysitters. People just automatically assume that when a man is doing these things that he's a pedophile and not to be trusted. But women are never suspect? It doesn't make sense. If you are concerned with protecting your kids from unsavory individuals, do a background check. Taking long showers. I wish that I was able to take a long shower without everybody in the household thinking I'm having a wank. I just want to enjoy hot water, it's relaxing. For not having a house, not having a car, or not being financially stable. I'm doing what I can, okay? Not peeing standing up. Sitting is so much more comfortable. Being emotional, crying. Men get hurt too. Crying is actually a great stress release. Being close to their parents. Just because a man is close to his parents' mother doesn't mean he's a mama's boy. Bringing up something that bothers them about their partner, from the major to minor issues. Honestly, having to deal with a 2-hour-long fallout about how said issues make your partner feel after they hear it, makes it not worth it. So that shit gets bottled up. Stoicism. I get it's the modern era and people want to be open about their feelings and be free to cry. But it cuts both ways. If a man wants to keep their emotions private and in check, he shouldn't be judged as being regressive or cold. Being vulnerable. There's a lot of women who get mad that men don't express their feelings and never talk about anything and hold things in and don't communicate what they think and feel, but then when they do, those same women talk about how weak and feminine he is and call him gay and just put him down. And when men do talk about how they feel or the topic of men's mental health comes up, they say good, or no one cares, Or they laugh or say that they don't care or that men don't deserve anything. Pissing in our own backyard. We paid for the whole backyard, let us use the damn backyard. Not being interested in sex with a specific woman at a specific moment. I read a comment that said, women are all about Me Too and LGBT rights, until they get rejected. And then they're all I bet he gay. I was like, yup. Shocking how easily this kind of hypocrisy rears itself. Choosing to be no contact with their parents. It's one thing if you bring it up and they curse them out and talk trash and only say negative things, that's a red flag. It's another thing if they acknowledge that their parents are probably suffering from generations of trauma that lead them to abuse you, and while you didn't deserve their harsh behavior, they probably tried their best, and no one wins by talking shit. There's nothing wrong with being a cycle breaker. I tried to connect and gave them opportunity to grow, they chose not to. So now I'm choosing not to interact with them. I shouldn't be judged for that. Having hobbies people define as effeminate. Such as baking, gardening, textiles, stuff like that. Forgiving. Taking care of their daughters. Wearing pink shorts. Complimenting women. I was walking past this lady with brilliant bright pink hair and said, "I love your hair." She looked at me like I was insane. Coming forward about any type of sexual assault. Loving somebody with their whole being. If that makes me a simp for the one that has all my attention, then so what? Drinking cocktails instead of beer. Or girly drinks. It's my money, damn it, and I'm gonna drink something that tastes good. Offering logical solutions to drama-inducing situations. Having a tea party with their daughter. Having sex toys. Sure, it's hot when Becky has her Hitachi out, but if I leave a fleshlight out on the kitchen table, it leads to some awkward conversations. I'm a woman, but I'd like to share based on what I've seen other women judge men on that they genuinely should not be. There's more, but these are the most immediate thoughts. Liking to spend time with their It's amazing how many women think it's weird their man actually wants to spend a lot of time with them, wanting to hanging with the boys, liking playing video games, liking playing with toys, taking care of themselves, grooming, self-care, not being handyman, crying, being vulnerable, seeking or needing help with mental health issues, not wanting kids, not being financially stable or secure, or just generally not having their career life together by a certain age, still living with parents in late 20s. Peeing sitting down. Having trust issues with women. We are supposed to accept women have trust issues with men, but guys are taken less seriously even when they have solid reasons. Sitting down to pee. Sometimes a man just wants to take a break. Crying. Every time someone sees a man crying, most people would ignore it. Whereas, if someone saw a woman crying, the chances are they would go and see what's wrong. Men get told to man up when they're crying, or are told men don't cry, and no. Real men cry. Being masculine. Having a purse. Man, I just want a fucking purse. Wanting to have children, or just finding joy in children in general. Absolutely despise that I can't look at a family enjoying a day at the park without immediately being assumed to be a pedophile or some sort of monster. Wearing bright pink Care Bear onesies. Asking for a friend. Crossing our arms to hide that big old belly when we're sitting and get tired of sucking it in, or maybe that's just Amy problem, I'd pull him out. Being less than 6'0". Our skin color. Doing the right thing. Not liking dogs. It's not a reflection on who we are as a person. Walking home while a woman coincidentally is in front of us. X200B or parenting. Crying. I was raised around older people in the South and basically was forced into never showing emotion. I know older men who simply can't express their feelings. Video games. I hear a lot of people say it's juvenile or they complain about a male partner playing. But it's simply something fun to do. Why not join in or find something to occupy your time as well? And I'm not talking about someone gaming unhealthy amounts. Talking to a girl, woman. Basing attraction to women on looks and physique. Women do the same thing with men. Anything that's not what women want them to do. Complimenting other good-looking guys. Funny that I would say this because I'm gay. Sexually attracted to women. There's nothing gross about that as long as it doesn't involve harassment and one remembers that everyone is a person, not an object. Existing. I'm not a rapist because I'm out at night. I'm not a predator because I have a child in my company. I'm not dangerous because you're defenseless. I'm not a creep because you can't tell why I'm there. I'm not an incel because you don't have empathy for men.
I hope you all are doing well, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed this video. If you have something to say critically or otherwise, leave a comment. And if you enjoy this content, don't forget to subscribe to see more of it. I hope you all have wonderful and fulfilled lives.